Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to finish the week by taking another look at CRTX, CRTX, the stock option, and why their premiums are the best on the market right now. Currently the highest IV that I can find. My last video I went over who they are and what they do. Today I found a nice article explaining the climate of the business and competition in that sector. And then we'll see how the options are holding up. Currently they're at $60 a share and pretty much just stayed kind of flat this week around the $55 to $60 range, and then finished pretty good. For the year, they're still in a bit of an uptrend. And here's the article I found, why CRTX thinks it could be next in the mega Alzheimer's drug market. This is on investors.com. Donnybrook and Alzheimer's disease is looming. Biogen gained the first approval for a treatment in June, and a slew of biotech stocks are now lining up to take on the debilitating ailment. Among them is a tiny biotech called CRTX, CRTX. Biogen gained accelerated approval on the basis that its drug can remove the buildup of a plaque in the brain called beta amyloid that could potentially lead to benefit on cognition in Alzheimer's patients. CRTX, however, is shooting beyond beta amyloid. In fact, company executives say they know what causes the emergence of the plaque, a bacterial infection in the brain. And here's the rub for Biogen and its drug, Aduhelm. CRTX's experimental drug is a twice-daily pill. Aduhelm requires an hour-long infusion every month. CRTX Chief Financial Officer Chris Lowe told Investors Business Daily that he expects the company to have a tremendous advantage. Still, the biotech stock faces its share of doubters. After peaking in late August, shares had toppled about 52% as of the close October 18th. CRTX's Chief Executive Casey Lynch is undeterred. The bacterial infection theory is one of the most logical conclusions, she said in an interview. Specifically, CRTX believes the bacteria that causes periodontal disease can also enter the brain. There it wreaks havoc. The bacteria known as P. gingivalis leads to the hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease, including beta amyloid, tangles in a protein called tau, degeneration, and inflammation. Further, there's a high prevalence of periodontal disease among Alzheimer's patients in CRTX's study called GAIN. 90% of patients with Alzheimer's disease also have periodontal disease. In the normal elderly population, about 50% of people have periodontal disease from mild to severe. Lynch said in an interview maybe 40% have moderate to severe periodontal disease. This is enforcing the high concordance of these two diseases, which are caused by the same infection. Next month will be the biotech stock's make or break moment. CRTX will present the results of its GAIN study during the clinical trials on Alzheimer's disease meeting in Boston. That Phase 2 and Phase 3 study include more than 600 Alzheimer's patients who received CRTX's drug or a placebo for a year. CRTX won't be the only biotech stock presenting during the conference. And they list a few more companies there. That conference comes as Biogen struggles to gain traction for Aduhelm. The biotech stock has been under pressure this year as a number of hospitals and clinics have refused to administer the drug due to its high cost. A year of maintenance treatment with Aduhelm will run $56,000 per year. CRTX thinks it could have an alternative for some patients. It's important to note that CRTX studied its drug in slightly later stage patients than Biogen. Still, CFO Lowe says CRTX's drug could also help lower the cost of Alzheimer's patients and their families, which can include lost wages for caregivers. The broad range I see for the cost of an Alzheimer's patient is between $250,000 and $360,000 to the system, indirect or direct cost. He said, "I really feel good that our drug is going to be a reasonable small fraction of that overall annual cost burden." So it seems like they have possibly something that will be cheaper and easier to administer. I'm working on next week's high option premium pick, but this week there hasn't been anything out there to compare with the return on investment potential like this. I got a little spoiled seeing 25 to 50% return on investment premium. So the at the money $60 put, still showing around $30 premium. The volume of 24, which is pretty low, 464 open interest and 523% IV. So you like to stay down here where it's a little safer. Even up there, your break even is at 28.05. But down at, let's say, $20 put, you can get 480. Have a lot better volume. 692. Open interest 8,000. That's still over. That's around 25% return, all the way down at $20. So I don't know if you think the stock is going to drop 75%. That's a possibility, but it looks like a pretty safe play. And on the call side, I don't do pretty much stick to selling puts unless I get stuck with a stock, and then if the premium's good, I'll will it until the premiums aren't good. Even on this, all the way up at $120, between $18 to $20. So not bad. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that, and have more high implied volatility options each week. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.